In a quiet village nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a boy named Arjun. He was known for his kindness, but there was one problem: Arjun was painfully shy. He barely spoke to anyone, and even when he did, his voice was as soft as the rustling leaves. The villagers didn't understand him. Some whispered, "He's just a scared little boy." Others laughed and said, "How will he ever grow strong if he's afraid of everything?" Arjun longed to speak up, to stand tall like his father, a brave hunter. But every time he tried, fear wrapped around his throat like invisible chains. One evening, as the village prepared for the annual festival, a wise old man named Sage Om approached Arjun. "I see something powerful in you," he said. "But you must face your fear if you wish to find it." Arjun hesitated. "How do I defeat fear? It follows me everywhere." The sage smiled. "Go to the Whispering Peak at midnight. There, the wind will teach you." Arjun's heart pounded. The Whispering Peak was said to be haunted, a place where spirits spoke in the night. But something inside him whispered, "Go." So that night, with trembling hands, he climbed the rocky path to the peak. The wind howled around him, cold and strong. His fear screamed, "Turn back. You don't belong here." But then, he heard something else. A whisper carried by the wind. "Fear is not your enemy. It is your teacher." Arjun froze. "My teacher?" he asked aloud. The wind swirled around him, answering, "Fear only controls you when you run from it. But if you stand tall, it will bow to you." Arjun closed his eyes. He let the fear wash over him, his fear of people's judgment, of speaking up, of being seen. But this time, he didn't run. He felt the wind fill his lungs, and he shouted, "I am not afraid." His voice echoed down the hills, strong and clear. For the first time in his life, he felt free. The next day, Arjun returned to the village. When the festival began, he stood before everyone and told his story. His voice didn't shake. The villagers listened in awe, seeing not a timid boy, but a young man who had conquered his own mind. From that day on, Arjun was no longer the quiet boy. He became the one who spoke with courage, who led with kindness. The boy who once feared the world had learned the greatest secret: fear only grows when you hide from it, but it disappears when you face it. And so, he never let fear silence him again.